Hi, my name is Jay. Your name is?
I'm Kit.
Hey, Kit, how you doing? We're out here at near the Hotel Del in San Diego, California, and we're out asking the big question. What do you think is going to happen to you after you die, Kit?
Boy, to me, that's a complicated question because from a logical point of view, nobody knows what is going to happen. I think a lot of people believe that certain things will happen. I believe that depending on how you've lived your life and treated people will depend on where you go. Where you go, what it will be like, I honestly don't know. To me, it's like the most unknown thing in the world, and people always think about it from time to time. You know, there isn't probably one person in the world who hasn't thought of it.
Mm-hmm.
But my honest opinion is I've never come with anything as a concrete answer. I just don't know. But since I've treated pretty much every single person well, of course, there's exceptions if someone's treated you badly, I suppose. So I'm hoping that I'll go to a good place. I guess my honest answer is I just don't know.
Okay. So you think you're a pretty good person then
yeah,
overall?
I've never treated anyone really bad without, just cause.
Yeah. So do you come from a religious background or?
Not very religious at all.
Okay.
My parents weren't very religious. My grandmother wasn't, and grandparents weren't very religious, but I still believe in something, but it's just unknown.
Yeah, we talk to people, some people grow up in atheist families, some people grow up in agnostic families, some people grow up in, so that's all they've ever known.
Mm-hmm.
So we may be meeting today and I may shed some light on a particular subject matter and you may send you searching down that road. Who knows?
You just never know.
You never know. Life is a journey, right?
That's right. That's right.
So you told me that you're a pretty good person there, kid. Let me ask you. We're Christians, just so you know. Mm-hmm. I don't want to go any further without letting you know that. We believe in Jesus Christ. We believe in a heaven and a hell. Mm-hmm. And let me ask you some questions. So, have you ever told a lie in your life, kid?
Yes, I suppose I have.
We have too. And I bet everybody in this whole beach area, in the Coronado over here, has told a lie, right?
Sometimes you tell lies to make another person feel better because you don't want them to know the bad truth. Everyone has reasons. It's happened.
Yeah. So what does the world call people that lie? What does the world call people that lie?
What does the world call people who lie?
Well, yeah.
Liars.
Well, yeah, there you go. Have you ever stolen anything in your life? Taken something without permission?
Probably when I was a kid, yes.
Yeah.
I don't think as an adult I've done that, but as a kid, yeah.
Yeah. So what does the world call people that steal?
Thieves.
Thieves, yeah. Have you ever hated someone or called them a fool? Yeah, I think
probably have.
Yeah, probably have.
Because they've done something that I thought was absolutely ridiculous, and not that I haven't, I'm sure I have too. So yes.
Like I told you, we're Christians, and in the Holy Bible, Jesus said in the Sermon on the Mount, that's murder in your heart. Because we're supposed to be forgiving. It's God's creation you're hating. We all have our issues, right?
Sure.
So it's not that you can't disagree with someone, but to hate them, or to that's another thing we need to be careful with. So
you don't want to hate anybody. You don't want to be too judgmental.
Yeah, there's plenty of people that do that. So after this life ends, we believe there's going to be a judgment day. Okay. So based on what you just told me, you told me that you are a lying thief and a murderer at heart.
Oh no!
So come Judgment Day, if this is if my version is real,
you're making me sound very evil.
Well, if my version is real, and we've all sinned. I'm not saying I haven't sinned. I've sinned also, right?
Well,
so on Judgment Day, where do you think you're going to go, heaven or hell, if it's real?
I think since there is no perfect person out there, there is no absolute person who can get through the screening process, shall we say, pristinely. So my view is they have to, I don't know, look at it more in depth. I don't know what to say.
Yeah. So
I mean, if what you're saying is true and what I'm saying is true, that everyone has committed these things, there's nobody that's going to get by.
Yeah. So we believe that all we need to do is get our sins forgiven. We need to be washed. We need to believe in Jesus Christ.
Okay.
He was the God. He's God in the flesh that came to this world, lived a perfect life, and in his plan, he knew we couldn't do it. There's no way that everybody else want to give them a way to heaven, but they got to believe it, not just say it. They got to believe it and trust in it. that I'm going to get up on a cross, and I'm going to die on a cross. And then I'm going to raise again from the dead after 3 days. And they've got to ask me for forgiveness of their sins and mean it. If you do that before you die, that's the kicker. You got to do that. You got to believe this before you die. You don't know when you're going to die.
No.
You're going to go to heaven
every morning, maybe on your own. I mean, I'm not saying that I don't believe in churches. I'm just saying that, yeah, you can do that directly to God without going to church maybe every Sunday. That's just my personal view.
Churches.
Sometimes the churches historically have caused people to kill each other in Eastern Europe. That whole war was over religion. Do you think God would approve of people killing people over His name? No.
Well, it's sin. It's sin. No. Okay. There's
That's
sin.
why I'm saying that religion can cause a little bit more problems than was anticipated and what most churchgoers want. You don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen. But other people in the world and in the past, even going back to the 300-year war in France, it was all religion. People were killing, and that's not, of course, the right thing to do.
Well, there's this sin, right? And even in today's churches, you can go in there and find there's sinners in the churches. Okay, there's pastors that are sinners. Okay, your main focus needs to be on Jesus Christ, but you can't get caught up into who's in the church and what they're doing. What they're doing, you can't get into that. That's God. Leave that up to God.
That's right.
Right.
That's why I like my direct line, and I honestly don't go to church on Sundays, but I still have my method.
Yeah.
Anyway, I do have to get going because my friends are waiting for me.
All right. Well,
but I thank you, and I was wondering if I could have a card. Do you want a question?
Yeah, I've got a question.
Here you go.
For you.
Here you go.
What if you don't believe in Jesus Christ?